Welcome to the O'Leary Project.
Today we answer the question that's on everybody's minds. Have you ever wondered why you dislike the sound of your own voice?
Let's get to work.
So, John, why do we dislike the sound of our own voices?
It's a good question, Matt. So I actually did a little research, went on livescience.com and found an article about this.
My favorite website.
I read it all the time. But they said there's a simple answer to this. It says when you hear what you hear when you speak is not the same as what others perceive. The voice that you hear on a tape recorder is actually how your voice sounds. Why that is because there are three little bones called the ossicles located in the middle ear. Those are responsible for the discrepancy between what you think you sound like and how others hear you. Let's see here. The ossicles are key to one way people process noise. The eardrum vibrates against these bones, which transmit the vibrations to the cochlea, a spiral-shaped structure within the ear. The cochlea transfers or translates that vibration energy or noise from the outside world into electrical energy, which is how your brain cells communicate with each other. Why we hate the sound of our own voice is because we've never heard it before, or we rarely hear it. And what we hear is actually that vibration in our ears, and actually in the bones in our ears, and also that eardrum that vibrates.
I guess that's why we always sound a lot deeper to ourselves.
Yeah, and they say another thing is that within your the cavity, like where your vocal cords are. I mean, your vocal cords are in your throat, but it kind of just expands into the chest cavity, and that actually creates that deeper pitch sound as well. So, like my voice sounds a lot deeper to me, just as yours does, than when we hear it recorded.
Yeah,
which was interesting because when we were talking before we started this, I said I feel like when I hear my voice on a recording, I feel like it sounds deeper when I hear it on a recording than when I hear myself talking like right now.
Yeah, no, Elijah's weird.
He's got a small cavity.
Which I said is like Emma has her taste enemies. I said I have my vocal enemies or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, so apparently that is why we don't like the sound of our voice, because we don't really hear it often. We don't really get to hear our voice recorded. We don't do a lot of recordings of our voice unless we're like a talk show host or something
Vocal
of that sort.
pro.
A YouTube channel.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It is funny, though. I've heard my voice recorded now more than ever, and I think I'm actually more used to hearing it.
Yeah.
The more that we do these. It says, imagine you didn't have a mirror for 6 months and you had a perception of what you look like. Meanwhile, you started eating lots of food and you gained lots of weight. If you suddenly looked in a mirror, you'd be shocked. So it's the same kind of concept. You don't usually hear your voice recorded very often, and that's why we think we sound different than we actually do. And we don't like the sound of our voice because a lot of times we're not used to it. It's not that we were like, oh, that voice sounds terrible. It's just that we're not used to hearing it.
That's why I think I don't have as much problem with my voice, because since we've always just been doing like videos for the fun of it for ever.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't have a problem hearing my voice.
I don't think I've ever disliked it. I've just always, when I hear it, I'm like, that's me? Okay.
Yeah, it may not even be that you hate it. Like, a lot of people are like, I hate my voice. But it's not really that you hate it. It's just that you're not used to it. So it's the same thing. It's like, oh, I'm not used to this. It's kind of like why we hate different things like in life, because we're not used to doing them or hearing them.
Yeah.
Interesting stuff.
Yeah.
Very interesting. So now we're going to play a game which uses delayed auditory feedback, otherwise known as DAF. The person who is under the intoxication of DAF will be interviewed by somebody with random questions, and we will see how they react to their own voice speaking back to them as they answer those questions. Ready?
Let's do it.
I don't know if I am, but we're going to do it anyway.
Exactly.
Yes!
I'm Karis Rainey Thomas, and I'm 9 years old.
Hello, I'm James William Thomas IV. My nickname is Jake. I am 11, and I was born May 13th, 2007. I almost said 9.
I'm Elijah Luce Thomas, and I'm 15.
Hey, what's up? I'm Emma. I am Sophia Rochelle Thomas.
My name is Olivia. I'm called Joe by most people.
Hello, my name is Jack the Ripper, and I was born yesterday.
My name is John. Favorite person in the world is Hannah.
Jesus. Wow.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah.
You're a heathen.
Tell us about your least favorite food and why it's your least favorite food.
Chicken burgers. Because I don't really know, but they're just disgusting. So, because the vegetables in it kind of taste bad. I don't know why.
Try to sing a song, or you can speak it like you're a motivational speaker.
I wanted to get that one. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride. I can't do this anymore.
Your favorite place to go and why?
Oh boy. I'll go with Camp Swatara because it's really fun to go there. We camp during the summer with friends or family, and we'll go hiking, play games like Gaga and lots of fun sports. It's really fun, and then we have campfires and we play music, and yeah, it's really fun at Camp Swatara.
Tell a sad story.
Okay. I gotta think of sad stuff. Okay, I'll tell you the worst safari ever. Actually, I'll tell you real quick. This is Elijah's worst safari. Sorry. But I will tell you it because I was there. We were at Camp Swatara, and it was nighttime, and it was raining all that week, and he sat down on the picnic bench, and he sat in a puddle, and he got his butt wet, and so he took one of the, candles that we had, and he stood up and, put it on tried to dry his butt with it, and it was funny. And then we went on a walk to take the trash out down the road, and he has some Vasari glow glasses on, and they fell into the river that we were trying to fjord, and there was a river because all the rain. So the rain made that happen.
Tell a crazy story from your childhood.
Oh gosh, which one? So when I was I don't even know how old, I had a imaginary boyfriend named Joshy Weeks, and one time I came out from behind the couch and everybody was like, Sophia, what were you doing back there? And I said, I murdered Joshy Weeks. So yeah, that's the story of how I murdered my imaginary boyfriend.
Convince me that the earth is flat.
You know it in your soul, deep within you, that the earth is flat. Everybody says it's round, and there's pictures of it, but that's all photoshopped. This table is round. Flat. This is flat. This bench that I'm sitting on is flat as well. It's not round. If you think for just a minute that the earth is round, I don't know who you raised you. Gorillas? Your mom? She was wrong too. One time, I bet Albert Einstein said, you know what, everybody? I think the earth is actually really flat, like super flat, like so flat that it's actually like this way. It just wasn't written down. So listen to this one. It's actually like this table. It's flat, but then you can go on the underside of it.
How do you not fall out?
Gravity.
How's your hair not sticking up?
Gravity. Has everyone been to the South Pole, and whenever they say the earth is round, do they say your hair sticks up?
Yes.
No, they don't.
Favorite ice cream flavor and why?
My favorite ice cream flavor is probably cookies and cream, because it's cookies and cream together. It's got little speckles in it of cookies, and then between all the cookies there's cream. I usually like to have ice cream, if I can, with marshmallow on top, and then whipped cream and sprinkles. All of this stuff. You know, there's some ice cream that doesn't live up to its expectation. Like certain chocolate flavored ice cream doesn't actually taste like chocolate. It tastes like something other than chocolate.
Vanilla.
Yeah.
Not vanilla, just fake chocolate.
Convince me that cotton candy is healthy.
Cotton candy is healthy because there's no calories. The calorie count is low, and sugars are good for you. As long as you don't eat a huge amount of cotton candy, you'll be fine. The health benefits aren't just the low calories. I would say it's probably good because it makes you happy. So candy's good for you. And cotton is good for you as well. If you get the right sheep, the cotton candy will probably be healthier because it's from a good sheep.
What would happen if you get a bad sheep for your cotton candy?
If you get a bad sheep, you probably get banana-flavored cotton candy.
But I like banana-flavored cotton candy.
Well, you're used to bad sheep.
Okay.
So I thought cotton was grown in a field.
So you were wrong. That's wool.
Oh!
It's only healthy if you want it to be healthy. If you don't want it to be healthy, then you don't need to eat it.
Like a pasture.
Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way.
I don't know. You gotta ask a sheep farmer. I'm not an expert on this subject.
Everybody's laughing, but I don't
I'm just
think I
waiting
sound that
for-
weird.
Maybe this isn't too hard for me because I talk to myself all the time.
He does.
But the sun is round. And Pluto. All fall down. All fall down. I'll see you. No, wait, I didn't want to say that. I forgot.
Spoons are so sweetly satisfying.
So when a sheep's wool becomes the cotton candy, how does it survive the rain or the snow? How does it keep it from dissolving?
When it's on the sheep, it's alive, so it doesn't dissolve. Once it's picked and put in a container, it's that picked cotton that really it can dissolve then when it hits water because it doesn't have that life juice coming from the sheep.
Because when I walk, I don't fall over most times.
Good job,
Just say goodbye to everyone.
How do you like to eat your ice cream?
Usually with my spoon.
Well, what would happen if you eat too much cotton candy then?
There's no such thing as eating too much cotton candy.
Beats me.
Our sound guy. Rip sound guy.
I'm so sorry.
Beats me.
It's a day.
We are deaf. Gravity.
You have to feed the sheep the color sugar that you want. So if you want a blue cotton candy, you want blue sugar for a sheep.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Hannah and Olivia are like have a pretty happy life.
Shut your mouth.
My tongue, and then it goes down my throat, and as it travels down my throat, it goes between my rib cages, and it travels down into my stomach.
Which throat does it go down?
One of them, not
Trachea or esophagus?
both at the same time. If I'm eating fast enough, it hurts.
Let's just sing it again. Okay. Jingle bells, jingle bells.
Thanks for listening to me. I don't really think this worked on me that well, but thanks again. Apple scratchers.
It did.
Did it?
Yeah.
Thanks for watching, Apple Scratchers. Whenever I look at myself, it gets harder. Thanks for watching, Apple Scratchers. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope I convinced you that the Earth is flat, not round.
Goodbye, Apple Scratchers. Yep. Thanks for watching me, 'cause I'm the best. I'll see you. Actually, you'll see me another time. Bye.
Thank you for listening, Apple Scratchers.
Bye, Apple Scratchers, and thanks for listening to me. Yeah, bye.
Okay, to recap this all, it was kind of hard for the speech jam. It didn't really seem like it was that funny when I was doing it, but everyone else was laughing. But when I heard other people doing it, it was like really funny for them. And when I was asking John about the Minecraft sheep and naming it Jeb underscore, I don't know if you guys heard, but I was kind of stumbling because it was like I was being speech jammed because I was listening to the thing in the microphone, and yeah, the game was hard.
Yeah. I did enjoy the game. It was a lot of fun watching everyone else do it, and it was harder realizing whenever you got stumbled, because it didn't sound like it nearly as much, but when watching other people, it definitely
A lot.
yeah, you could definitely tell every time they went through it, because everyone took out the headphones and said, I don't think it really messed me up, and we were all like, yes, it did. But back to the research part of all of that, I found it interesting why we find the sound of our own voice so weird. And I was kind of explaining to everybody off camera then that it's kind of seems like it's just your bare minimum voice, and that's why it sounds so weird to us, because you don't get any of the tones in there or feelings behind the reason why you're saying things. So that was my thought process on the research of it.
I wasn't really in here for the research,
Oh.
so
You just played the game.
yeah. Oh, check us out on Instagram and Facebook at the O'Leary Project. Link in the description, I think.
And if you haven't already, please watch all of our other videos. We have some really interesting content out there, other research videos, other games, plenty of crazy stuff. And we will be posting every Monday. So
Make sure to stay on top, and
see you next week.
see you next week.